What is up, Aggies? I am making this video because there were some questions about the American Crackers assignment, the paper, as well as the small presentation that was supposed to go along with it. We will be doing those in person. Sorry, I'm not at my office today. My cat got sick, so I'm staying home, so try and ignore the background. But I just wanted to show you guys some examples. This is my second session teaching this American Crackers cultural credit course. So we're going to be looking at what exactly I expect from you guys. So first I'm going to just pull up the rubric here. Pretty typical research paper rubric. Remember, your paper can be varied in length. I just wanted to hit all of these aspects. Most importantly, we're going to be using APA format. The example I'm going to show you today actually uses MLA format, so try to ignore that, but that's actually more because I'm going to be critiquing the sources used. So I want to pull this guy up. This was a couple slides I pulled from a previous student's presentation. You can see they did the Cheez-It, American Snack Crackers Explored. The slide is kind of plain. But what I like about their presentation is they didn't put all their information right there on the slide. They just put up bullet points, and they elaborated more in their presentation, showing they had knowledge of the actual subject. Down here, there's their citations. One of these citations is good. It'd be the Smithsonian Magazine, History of the Cheez-It. It is a trusted source. But the top one I wanted to draw attention to, this is from the Cheez-It website itself. Which you'd think would be a trustworthy source, but let me bring that over here. You guys can see that there's actually some flaws. For starters, this is a timeline, which is all good and well, but if we're looking at the actual history, it starts off legitimate, Green and Green Company, Cheez-Its into the world, size, cool. But down here you can see they say the stock market crash induces widespread panic. People rush to the local stores to stock up on Cheez-Its. I don't believe this is an accurate representation of the history. Yes, people were prioritizing getting shelf-stable foods, but I believe that there's a little bit of tongue-in-cheekness coming from the Cheez-It website here. I don't really like this as a source. Versus here, brief history of the Cheez-It, you can see this isn't a good example. I pulled up here. This is what I liked. I actually found where they referenced the Great Depression, and you can see that it's a much more reasonable claim. People were eating Cheez-Its during the Great Depression, but there's no insinuation that this was, a must-have item that was keeping people fed. It was just another product available. So I like how in their presentation they cite the Smithsonian Magazine, but the Cheez-It website itself has flaws. Go back here. Some of these points are okay, but frankly there's not much substance here for you to write a paper about. So I'd keep going to the Smithsonian's. Another source I found that wasn't cited by this student, but I think is good, would be this Dayton Magazine. One issue with the Dayton Magazine, though, is that the author is Leo DeLuca, a resident of Dayton, Ohio. Very reputable source, but the article comes out just a couple months after the Smithsonian article, and they have direct quotes and a little bit more depth into this phenomena, why these articles have the exact same phrases. You can see that it's the same author. So, for example, if you cited both of these and I looked into your sources, I'd say, well, that's not very good because you have truly one source, even if they're on different websites. Here is another website, Bunk, Brief History of the Cheez-It. You can see it's the same author. So what I want you guys to be very careful of is when you're researching your cracker, that you're not accidentally citing the same author over and over and over and over again. One way to look for a new author to cite, I found a lot of success in, is if you go to the actual Wikipedia page for whatever it is you're looking into. You can come down here, you can see there's another author here, Amelia Robinson and Lisa Powell. this Dayton.com is probably going to be the same Leo author again, but and there's another Amelia Robinson. But even citing 2 authors as opposed to 1 is awesome. There's some catalog ones here that don't have an author cited, but if they seem legitimate to you, go ahead and use them. Again, we're looking for substance. Sorry, a bit tired today. I was up all night taking care of my cat. Broom Patterson. This is another source. The Untold Truth, the Cheez-It Crackers. Let's check this one out. This is on Mashed. I'm not so sure we want to use that as a source. But if it gives you some inspiration to write, make sure you cite it anyway. I'm going to go back to just the rubric here. I want to remind you folks that it is... Oh, crud, I closed out of the rubric. No big deal. It's posted on your Canvas, so your students should be able to find it very easily. Remember, what I'm looking for is APA formatting, not MLA. So ignore the MLA on this slide here. Make sure you are using exclusively reputable sources. Make sure your PowerPoint isn't everything you say to me. I'd like it to be bullet points, and then you can go forward and elaborate on those bullet points. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. I will be here until 5, and then I'm going to the vet, but I will be able to respond after 6:30 or so. Alrighty.